Alright, let's talk about the 5 main credit factors that make up your credit score. Number 1, payment history. Number 2, credit utilization. Number 3, the age of your credit history. Number 4, credit inquiries or new accounts. And number 5, the different types of credit or number of accounts you have. Let's start with payment history. This is the most important one. It makes up 35% of your score. Not far behind is credit utilization. This one takes up 30% of what you call your credit score. And then behind that is the age of your credit history, which takes up 15%. And your credit inquiries or new accounts make up 10%. And last but not least, the different types of credit or number of accounts you have takes the last 10%. So let's start with payment history. This is the most important one. This part records how often you make your payments on time, hence your on-time payment percentage. On-time payment history is a huge factor to your score. This is calculated as a percentage of payments made on time out of total payments. For example, if you made 9 payments and missed one, you would have a 90% on-time payment percentage. This is 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. Paying on time is the best way to build credit. Remember though, since it is a big part of your credit, missing a payment can significantly hurt your score. Look at this from the lender's shoes. You would be more likely to lend to someone who's gonna pay you back on time. I mean, lenders have bills to pay too. Look at this. Best practice, just set up automatic withdrawals for the minimum payment. You'll always be on time without even trying. It's just the minimum. You'll look like a pro. Now, number 2, credit utilization. A lot of people say, what's that? Well, credit utilization is also important. This measures how much you owe as a percentage of how much you have available. For example, if you owe $10 and your available balance is $100, your credit utilization is only 10%. That's fair. If you owe $80 and your available balance is $100, that's a lot closer. You have a credit utilization of 80%. That's high. Look at this from their shoes. This lets them know if you just borrowed from Jim, used all or most of it, and now you're asking Hannah for money before you even pay Jim back. She knows. She knows. This lets creditors know if you can afford to take on more debt, and if you're paying back what you already borrowed. Look, best practice is pay off what you owe in full. Your credit utilization should be below 30%, but less is always better. This will build good habits from the start, and you'll be on autopilot soon. 3rd, age of your credit history. Older the berry, the sweeter the juice. This part of your score measures how long you've been using credit. How old is your oldest account, or do you have any yet? It's often measured in years, so if not, you should start now. This is one of the factors you have little control of. You can't control time. It just keeps ticking. You just have to wait. It'll always take a year to have credit for 1 year. Look at this from their shoes. They want to see how long you've been borrowing. And if you just started, then how do I know if you'll still be paying me years from now? We want a long-term relationship, not a one-night stand. Best practice is to start now. It was better to start yesterday, but there's nothing you can do to speed up time. In 6 months, you can be just starting, or you can be 6 months ahead. Look, time can be against you or for you. Use this time to your advantage. It's a strong foe, but an even stronger ally. And if you start now, time will be on your side and only help to increase your score even more. Fourth is credit inquiries or new accounts. Now, you get a credit inquiry when someone pulls your credit. Most of the time, it's when you apply for a loan or a new credit. Now, there are two types of inquiries. One is hard inquiries. The other is soft inquiries. Let's start with soft inquiries. They occur when a person or company checks your credit report as a background check. These can occur without your permission, but don't worry, they don't affect your score. Now, hard inquiries occur when a potential lender pulls your credit to make a lending decision. Hard inquiries can lower your score and typically stay on there for about 2 years. Look at this from their shoes. This way they know if you're going around asking everyone for money and you might pose as a potential risk to them as a lender. Best practice is just apply for loans or new credit only when you really need to or when it's a good decision for that time. But don't overextend yourself and borrow more than you can afford. And last but not least, 5. The different types of credit you have or number of accounts. The last factor in your score is your mix of credit and number of accounts you have. This formula considers how many different types of credit you have, such as credit cards, store accounts, mortgages, and other installment loans. Also, the number of accounts you have factors in as well. It's good to have more accounts and if you can manage them. Look at this from their shoes. This lets them know if you can successfully manage more than one account. Best practice is slowly expand your variety by taking on new credit cards or store accounts when you can manage not spending it all. While your score goes up, you have more negotiating power with each new account. Just use it wisely. Well, I hope this helps you, and I hope we can help more people. We're sincere and knowledgeable, and we can help you. Help us help others and share this, right? If knowledge is power, then what we share is power. So share this with someone you know. Share the power. And if you want to continue your journey, you can at risetonolimits.com. May we all rise.